What's going on, everyone? It's Green Zero back here for another Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath video commentary. We are on the map Small Town, USA, a classic EA map from the original build of the game and Tiberium Wars for another video commentary. Today we have two players in the game. On the top right hand side playing as the Marked of Kane, it is going to be Futurama Rush, and that's right, he is going to be Marked of Kane on Small Town, USA. And if we move across to the left hand side, we have playing as the Reaper 17, it is going to be Artyom Senna. That's right, it's Senna playing under a Smurf name, but it is Artyom Senna, and he does have disintegrators out. Now these are Reaper 17 disintegrators. These could just be to throw Futurama off the scent. He's got two squads. I think he's planning on sniping down the enemy spikes. If he strikes both of them at the same time, he probably thinks he can get them. He's going to bypass. Oh no, you look at that. I would have tried to take the garrison and kill the buzzer swarm, but unfortunately that's going to lead to the loss of that. If he got into the garrison, he could have focused the buzzer swarm first, and then he would have had the garrison to focus down more of them. Not the case. He knows there's going to be some units over there, and a raider buggy will respond to that. But again, his secondary spike is also being attacked. There will be a shredder turret here, but he doesn't. It's usually worth trying to just power that up for a split second, because it's hard to get power at the start of the game with the nod factions there. He's going to just try to focus down the Marked of Kane, because you know that's something he can actually do. The other spike, of course, is under fire while this is going on, and so he's going to lose at least one spike. And you know, in a game like this where you have two easily accessible spikes, losing one of them right away can be tough. Yeah, he's already dropped it and he's moving into this area. Forces another shredder to come down, so Futurama Russian not impressed. He's not going to lose that raider buggy though. The shredder turrets with their shotgun blasts and their area of effect are simply too much for slow disintegrators. 3 harvesters, 2 ref. Senna does have the same. He's going for an expansion already. He's going to have his 4th harvester about to pop. Same time as Futurama, so you can see here this really hasn't set Senna back much at all. Does throw the EMP at him, but of course the shields will absorb that. Oh, he hits the extractor, but yeah, I think he was trying to go for the warp sphere as well, because hitting the extractor with nothing in it doesn't really do a lot. But yeah, you can see it hasn't really slowed Senna down. He has capped off a spike, so he is ahead in this game just by the fact that he's got an additional spike on his opponent. Futurama, for whatever reason, does not have a 5th harvester because he's gone for an operations center. Is this a reckoner? No. What's the operations center for? I mean, Senna can see it. Is he going for fast tech? This could be a fast tech coming out. I think Senna is gonna be a bit held back by that. I think he's gonna be he'll probably rush straight for units. I don't think he's gonna go for his own tech. But I believe he's going to go probably for a nerve center. This looks like it's taking a while to build. He could just be going for a ref. He probably just doesn't care. He's got shard walkers out. He's probably just going to defend with shard walkers and seeker tanks. If it's a fast redeemer, he's going to have to get tripods and he's going to have to get stasis because he's going to need to EMP it. I mean, he can do it with a lot of low tier units if he uses the stasis correctly. But again, it could be a bit iffy. If it's a base push, he could be in all sorts of trouble. He is really far behind the tech. He went for economy over tech. So he's going to have plenty of economy, but he has no real combat units. Shard walkers and Seeger tanks are out. Now, this is for stealth tanks. So he's going for stealth tanks, and I believe a structure was popped. Yeah, it's a fast redeemer as well. Very popular, especially on maps like this. You can just huddle up, fast tech, and go for some units. He's putting pressure on that stealth tank, though, and he's not going to lose. He's going to get back to the repairs of the war factory here, but Senna's just poking him in. This is drawing some of his micromanagement away to deal with this. The second stealth tank is now coming out, but there are some more units here. I think Senna just wants to keep him busy. He's put a spike down. Is he going to put repair drones down? Is he going to fight this? I think he's going to fight this. That harvester is a little bit vulnerable. He may want to do something about that. Stealth tanks are going to focus down. They actually splashed their own harvester there, so he might get a harvester kill. I think he's going to get a harvester kill. Yes, he does get a harvester kill. He is hemorrhaging some units, but this is buying Senna some time to put down some of his own tech at home. I mean, the Redeemer's almost out, though, so with the repairs of the war factory, those stealth tanks are getting repaired up before they can be focused. Senna does not have enough to focus them down in one go. Now he's being pursued because, I mean, the stealth tanks can overrun just 2 Seeger tanks and he will destroy them. So Wouldn't be surprised if he's close to a veterancy already. Might need some disintegrators. He did get his own tech down, so there you go. Not sure what those guys are there for. Maybe worried about shadow teams or something. I don't know why they may have been misrallied there. He could have used them up here to help defend against the stealth tanks, which are falling back. One of them is about half damage. They are an expensive unit. You can't expend them. Something was popped there. Not sure what it was. Now Senna, of course, does have 3 harvesters and a ref here, so he's going to be able to continue to produce. He's not going for any upgrades, though. I mean, you've got to remember, he's just about to exhaust his field here. He's going to long-range mine with 1 harvester. The rest of the harvesters may be going up here. The Redeemer is beelining, and you can see the portal is here. He's going for a stasis chamber. He's actually going for a hexapod as well, so that's probably why he's not going for any upgrades. He got 1 tripod because I believe... Yeah, he actually turned around. He got 1 tripod because I believe he wanted the EMP ability, so he was going to stasis and then EMP and then just win. Or just kill the Redeemer. The stealth tanks are over here. He uses his phase field, so that's an ability that now Futurama won't have to worry about for quite some time. Yes, he won't kill the harvester, but you know, he's not going to be able to use that on his hexapod with the first engagement that they have, assuming there is an engagement at some point in the near future. We'll be trying to focus onto these stealth tanks here. He's splitting his fire. He's got both of them down to pretty low health, but unfortunately not going to be able to pop them. They won't have stealth ability anymore because they are in heavy damage mode, so he can see them, though. They can't re-stealth if they're on fire in the red. So Senna now will know where they are unless they go back to base. I think he's going to pull them back to base. He's just going to leave them there for the time being. Battle marker over here. Something had a go at them. What was that? We have vertigo bombers. We have vertigo bombers. He's having a go, and he drops one of them straight away. How many has he got? He's got 3 of them. So Senna's in a bit of trouble. Vertigo bombers, of course, really good at popping. You know, stationary artillery, juggernauts, tripods, stuff like that. They're really good. They do splash damage as well, so they can do some really critical damage. It's probably a good idea that Senna did go for a hexapod, just because he needs something with a bit of staying power and a bit more armor over just raw damage. And he will be using vertigos to pop the husks. I guess that's nice. Futurama not actually going in. He has expanded himself, so he desperately needs some Tiberium. I'm going to have to transfer these guys across, but we can see a very technical game now. This is a very technical game, so they have very few units. That's why he's using things like stealth tanks and vertigo bombers, because they are very... they can do a lot of damage, and you don't need many of them. Yes, they're expensive, but as long as you don't use them, you can just recycle them over and over again. He could just go for the stasis chamber, which he's going to go for. He drops 1 bomb on it, and he's even getting some splash damage there as well. He will drop the 2nd tripod now. Senna does not have... Oh, he's got 2 more tripods over here. Still not going for the upgrades. Not sure if he's planning on persisting with those, because he is going for Seeger tanks. Maybe shields and shards. He could do that and then just roll with the hexapod. Shields and shards on the seekers, and then shard walkers, of course, and that would give him most of what he needs. I mean, no artillery, but I mean, he doesn't get artillery anyway. It could be difficult to dig a nod player, or very difficult for a Reaper to dig a nod out of a corner, especially with the 2 bridges here. But this base is not well developed, so it's got the opportunity to break in there. The vertigo bombers, again, they're just starting to go backwards and forwards, starting to lay the pain onto Senna. He's not repairing that stasis chamber, so he will be able to destroy that. He's going to have to rebuild that if he wants the ability, which he's going to need. And vertigo bombers, again, just coming into this base and really starting to put the pain on Senna. So, unfortunately, there's still no upgrades. Yes, some upgrades are now coming, so Senna has meandered around a little bit, and he's at the point now where, I mean, Futurama is continuing to strike him over and over again and cause damage while not taking any damage in return. These 2 stealth tanks were repaired. The vertigo bombers, none of them have been destroyed. He's actually got a veterancy on that one already, so these stealth tanks are going to go into the base. Disintegrators are a real pain because there's really nothing they can do against them, especially if they drive into them, but they're going to back up. They could probably still fire, but I mean, you got to micro them pretty carefully. Vertigo bombers come in. What are they going to do? They're just going to go and bomb harvesters, and they will start doing some serious damage. They've almost got the refinery as well. So all those stealth tanks, though, one of them just gets obliterated there. Battle marker over here. He's going into the base. He has shields. He does not have the other upgrade, though. He does not have conversion reserves. It is not on the way either, so he's not planning on getting that. The Redeemer is here, and there is plenty of EMP, but here we go. The stasis has been used, so things are going to get serious now. All the EMP there is being destroyed. The portal has actually been destroyed, so he can't build that. He can draft if he wants, but we're going to see an engagement here now. And the hexapod is going to move across, and we have a minefield come down as well, so that minefield unfortunately will not do too much damage. The stasis is coming off, and there goes the EMP. The EMP comes down, and he gets the EMP off, but the Vertigo Bombers do some serious damage. EMP of his own coming down as well, so this is going to be a really tight game. Phase field comes off on those tripods. I can see 3 dead tripods here, but for Senna, this is looking a bit iffy here now. This is looking a bit iffy. Rage Gen goes off. He will actually pop the refinery, so if anything, he's going to slow him down immensely. Unfortunately, the phased units are not being ordered to... I mean, there was a Rage Gen there. He's going to have to back off now. He could try to go for the EMP with these avatars. Futurama did a ton of damage with just a few units. I don't even think he lost any units. He had 2 avatars, a Redeemer, and the Vertigo Bombers. He has lost all of his economy because the Hexapod has just destroyed everything. Now, remember, the phase field has been used as well, which means, you know, he can't actually get this Hexapod out of here. The Hexapod will actually be destroyed eventually, and he's going to just bomb this. Some Harvesters are being destroyed, so there is a counter attack over here as well from Disintegrators and Seeker Tanks. But yeah, there's nothing you can do to save this Hexapod. Without the phase field, the stasis has been used, and there's no teleportation for Reaper 17. Supercharged Particle Beams is done. There you go, Supercharged Particle Beams is done. But he's actually going to be able to overrun that there anyway. And the Vertigo Bombers, the air tower is in a really dangerous location, so that is going to be overrun. There's not much he can do. He's going to try to save it with the charged particle beams, but not before it goes down. He can rebuild that. He's going to want to rebuild that. All his economy is shot though, so this is going to buy Senna some time to launch a secondary attack. Still no conversion reserves. I guess he feels it's not necessary to get that right now. He's almost cleaned up his field. This is a big problem. This is a big problem for Senna, because if he dries out his fields, then that's going to leave Futurama with a ton of Tiberium to harvest, and he just lost one of his tripods there. The other 2 pretty badly damaged there. Now he's going to try to destroy... Oh my god, that EMP, and a Rage Gen as well, which means this tripod is going to help him destroy them. He will recover a husk. That was a good effort. With only 2 avatars though, not quite enough to overrun this, especially since there's really no anti-infantry here. There is actually a Toxin Trooper in the Redeemer there, or Tiberium Trooper in the Redeemer. He's going to recover the husk, which is good as well. Not that one. That stealth tank will destroy that. Can he get a shot? If he just got one shot, he could have destroyed that. He is chasing the Redeemer now, so he's shooting it in the back, but you know what? The Vertigo Bombers have been placed down here, and they're coming back for more. They're just going to eat these guys alive. Boom, boom, boom. There you go. He destroys that whole force there. Just goes crumbling down, and War Factory comes out. We have an elite Vertigo Bomber and a veteran Vertigo Bomber, and time is running out for Senna. You know, time is running out. The Tiberium is now starting to dry up on his side of the base, on his side of the map. There's no Tiberium in the main here, so if he overruns this base, yeah, he can get all the tech, but he can't get any Tib. The Tib is here. If Futurama is allowed to refine this... Whoa, what did I do then? That was really weird. The Futurama is allowed to refine this. It's GG no re for Senna. I believe, did he get rid of that stealth tank, or did it just leave? No, I think it just left, yeah. He's still got 1 stealth tank. I'm not sure if he's got the other one. I think he might have lost at least 1 or more at certain points in the game. He's managed to get... Oh, look at this. He's just a heroic Vertigo Bomber. He has a heroic... There was just no counter to the Vertigo Bombers. He just didn't build any counter at all. And he's just getting EMP'd. And there's Venoms coming down. They have the charged particle, which means what little infantry he has is now basically useless. There's no garrisons in the Hexapod either. And he's walking straight across the minefield. Doesn't really bother him too much though. He can't actually shoot the Venom because he doesn't have any shock troopers garrisons. So he's actually going to have to come forward here to attack the Redeemer. And look at this. The Redeemer's almost dead, but he's taken his husks, and a Rage Gen goes off. He might be able to splash it down here, but you know what's going to happen any second now. He gets the EMP off. That just hurts. That just hurts. Any second now, the Vertigo Bombers are going to have re-equipped, and they're coming back. I think I can see them on the corner there. There they go. They don't even need them. He just destroyed the Hexapod. He just destroyed the Hexapod. He's got a heroic Vertigo Bomber. And they're not even bombing any, they're just bombing indiscriminately now. I think he's got them on an attack move, which is something you really don't want to put them on. That heroic Vertigo Bomber, yeah, just see you later. Try shooting at him. He's going to have repaired by the time he gets home. So unfortunately, Senna not able to make his attacks work. He definitely had the opportunity to get in and to destroy Futurama, but unfortunately it didn't turn out in his favor. So Futurama, again, his whole base got wiped. He lost all his economy, but he didn't really lose any units, and Senna expended all his units. Look at the resource tab. look at this is what I'm talking about. Senna expended huge amounts of units, and he didn't kill any of Futurama's units. Futurama was just using the same small groups of units over and over again. Those Vertigo bombers were devastatingly effective. I can't underestimate, like, those Vertigo bombers just won him the game single-handedly, and it was almost a refusal from Senna to deal with those. I mean, he should have done something to try to deal with them instead of just ignore them, because they just kept bombing him over and over again. So 3.24. Look at the kill death ratio. That's what I'm saying right there. He didn't build many units. So if we have a look at the units, let's have a look here. Units created 34. He built 34 units in the game. He built hardly anything. I mean, he didn't have a lot of money. Look at the discrepancy. The price discrepancy is huge there. So that's Futurama just using a very specific strategy, using it very well. Senna, he did have some opportunities where he could have made it work, but unfortunately it didn't go his way. But that was a good game. Well done to both players. My name's Green Zero. Stick to my channel, and I'll see you all in the next video.